We began at 11 with a live look over Capitol Hill. The clock is ticking for Congress. Lawmakers are running out of time to pass a new spending bill. If they don't, the government will shut down. Thanks for staying up. I'm Nicole Livis. With just over 24 hours to go, there's still no deal in sight. If a shutdown happens, the White House estimates 3.5 million federal workers will go without pay. That includes more than 1 million active duty military members and thousands of Border Patrol officers, TSA officers, and air traffic controllers. Stephanie Johnson joins us now to explain how state lawmakers are stepping up to help federal workers in Virginia. Stephanie?
Indeed, Nicole. Well, a lot of Democratic Senators Tim Kaine and Mark Warner and Republican Congresswoman Kiggans have all introduced legislation that would pay federal workers in Virginia if a shutdown happens.
And we should be clear, these government shutdowns aren't just about political noise, and there's no state in the country that gets hit harder than Virginians.
This week, Democratic Senators Mark Warner and Tim Kaine expressed concern ahead of a possible government shutdown.
The SBA has to stop approving or modifying small business loans. The FDA delays food inspections. That's not a good thing.
Both came together to introduce the Fair Pay for Federal Contractors Act. It would provide paid leave benefits for contractors and low-wage service workers. Also, it will secure back pay for thousands of contractors. Lastly, it would require the Office of Federal Procurement Policy to submit a report on federal contractors assessing back pay. Meanwhile, state lawmakers from across the aisle are drawing up legislation to assist those who would be impacted.
It's been a frustrating week. I know many of you all are concerned. I wanted to reassure everyone. I've introduced a Pay Our Troops Act, which is going to ensure that military continues to get a paycheck if there happens to be a government shutdown.
That act not only ensures pay for military members across the country, but also for members of the Coast Guard and certain U.S. Departments of Defense employees and contractors would also receive pay in case of a government shutdown. Well, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is now floating a short-term funding bill to keep the government running for 2 more weeks. But keep in mind, any bill that passes the House must also pass the Senate. Back to you, Nicole.